Right?
Thank you so much for accepting our invitation, madam.
Thank you. I want to thank you for giving an opportunity to present.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
At what time we will start?
We'll start now, ma'am. Hema, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am, we can start.
Okay.
Good morning to one and all present in this session. I welcome you all to the fourth day of the International Faculty Development Program conducted by the Department of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science of Easwari Engineering College. Today's lecture is on how to implement research in UG curriculum. I'm extremely honored to introduce our speaker for the day, Dr. J.M. Madana, Dean Research of Hindustan University. She has a total of 128 publications. She is also the editorial member of international journal Advanced Research Trends in Engineering and Technology India. She has also won numerous awards that includes the Lifetime Achievement Award and Research Excellence Award. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation, ma'am, and joining this session. In spite of your busy schedule, we feel honored to have you here. Thank you so much, ma'am. The session is yours.
Yeah, thank you for your good introduction about me. Shall I share the slides now?
Ma'am, you can share it.
So, are you able to view my slides?
Yes, ma'am, the slides are visible. Ma'am, could you try moving it to the next slide so that we can see if the transition is possible?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, it's fine.
Fine. Okay. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Very good morning to one and all present here. I am Dr. Madana, currently working as Dean Research in Hindustan Institute
Excuse me,
of
ma'am. Full screen.
Screen.
Ma'am, excuse me, ma'am.
Ah, yes, full screen I will put.
Yes,
Is
ma'am.
it
Thank
okay?
you, ma'am.
Okay, okay. I'm Dr. Madana, currently working as Dean Research in Hindustan Institute of Technology and Science, Chennai. First of all, I thank you to Dr. Kalaisal Soon, okay, head of the Department of Artificial Intelligence, Data Science from Engineering Easwari, SRM Easwari Engineering College, for giving this opportunity to meet you all. Right. So first of all, why I select this topic? See, nowadays, wherever we go for interview, before 10 years and all, what they will ask, what's your experience? What are the subjects you handled? Then they will check how we are having the controlling ability of the class. But now all are talking about research. How many papers you published, especially in science-cited in-text journal. How many, where are the, from which organization you receive the funds, and whether the published publications are from SCI. So these are all the questions now. Why all are talking about research now? Because as a faculty in our institution, whether we if we go for any accreditation like NBA for department or NAC for institution wide, or we go for NIRF ranking, everything research is the principal component, right? That's why all are giving more importance to research. See, as a faculty, our prime duty, we are concentrating more time for preparing the subject for class. And since we have accreditation work, we have to maintaining more files. We have no time to spend for research. That's why during the corona period itself, I think about how we implement the research in the UG curriculum, so that along with the students as a faculty, we also work together and we are able to give the expected deliverables, research deliverables for our department as well as good for us also. That is the main reason behind selecting this title. Okay, this is the presentation outline. So the main essence of the presentation today is how to implement research in UG curriculum through effective teaching learning process. Okay, so what is research actually? Research, we all know that it is a creation of new knowledge, or we can say with the help of existing knowledge, we have to create a new concept, methodologies, and understanding. See, nowadays, research become a major factor in economic development, and also it is increasing their importance in higher education institute also. So the faculty, we are the research resources of every higher education institution. And as a Dean Research, I want to share this thing before start our topic. See, whenever the research scholar or any researcher are coming with a problem, they are thinking that the problem what they selected is a research problem. But actually, it is not at all a research problem. So, finding or to identify the correct research problem is a perceived difficulty, or I can say it is the feeling of discomfort or a discrepancy between the common belief and reality. So, as per Fisher et al., there are three conditions are there to identify a correct research problem. So, what is the first one? Say always there will be a difference between the existing one and what your planned one. I repeat the sentence. Always there will be a difference or discrepancy should be there, where that is what is available and what you are going to do. If discrepancy is there or difference is there, mean the first condition is satisfied. Now the second question is, why this discrepancy, why the difference exists? Okay, that is the difference is required. And the second one is, what is the reason for the difference? So, yes, the reason is there, then second condition also satisfied. Now third one is, reason is there, how many reasons are available? Suppose there is only one reason, that is the answer for the question why. We have only one answer, then it is not at all a research problem. It is equivalent to our UG project or PG project. Okay, so minimum we need reason for the question why. If all the three conditions are satisfied, then we can say the question is a real research question, or the objectives are real research objectives. So what are the three conditions? The first one is always there will be a difference or discrepancy between what you are going to do and what does exist already. The second one, what is the reason for this difference? Whether the reason is available or not. Yes, it is available. Then second condition also satisfied. Third one, for the reason we have more than one reason. Then if all the three conditions are satisfied, then we can say the problem is a research problem. So I hope you are following. If you have any doubt, you can ask. So now we will go to our title, how to implement the research in UG curriculum. See, nowadays we not at all using only the traditional classroom. We are not at all following only traditional classroom not classroom learning. We are using the alternatives such as problem-based learning, project-based learning, okay, case-based learning we are using. So what is why we are using this alternative? Because there's alternative like project based, problem based, case based learning are always student focused, and also it allows active learning. Then it facilitates the students to develop the life skills that enhance their knowledge, foster the development of communication, problem solving skills, critical thinking, collaboration and self-learning skill also. See, normally if we are using the traditional learning where the teachers are like a mentor who is giving the solution for the problems, or a mentor is considered as a source of solution. But if we follow the alternatives where the mentor, the teacher is act as a facilitator. Okay. So to implement this research in UG curriculum, I selected first four tools. That is the research tutored learning, research oriented learning, research led learning, and research based learning. So these are all the four different kind of tools available for implement the research in the UG curriculum. But while I am seeing that this while I'm comparing all the four, this research tutored learning and research based learning, okay, here only students are involved in the research actually. But in the case of research led learning and research oriented learning, students are participated as an audience. They are not at all directly involved in the research. Research tutored learning and research led learning emphasis on research content. But in the case of research based learning and research oriented learning, these two are emphasis on the research content as well as the process also. So among the four, which one is best? See, in research based learning, here the curriculum is designed in such a way that the researcher, that is the students, are participating the real research and also the inquiry activities. My dear faculty member, in the case of research tutored learning, okay, so here the teacher or the faculty shared her research results or her research activities, or she discuss about the research what is she is doing. So here the students are participated only in the discussion. They are not at all involved in the research. In the case of research oriented learning, here students develop the research and inquiry skills as well as the technique. In research led learning, here also students learn through some research details through their faculty only. So among the four, when I'm comparing all the four different kind of research learning, among the four, research-based learning is the best when compared with research tutored, research-led, and research-oriented. Why? Because research-based learning here, the students are actively participated in the research, and also it emphasizes the research process as well as the problem. Right? So if you want any example required to understand about the research oriented, research based, and what is the correct difference for understanding, I'm giving some example. See, in research oriented, normally we used to invite the students to the laboratory or any center of excellence available in our institution, okay, to observe the research in the real world. Okay, we invite our UG students to the laboratory or any center of excellence available in our institution to observe the research. But in the case of research-based learning, we introduce the students to inquiry-based learning, where they are required to formulate and answer their own research questions. In research-oriented based learning, okay, in research oriented learning. So as a faculty, we have to give some presentation, how to do the research method, what are all the approaches required for starting the research. And then in the same, we can introduce the student to peer review of research process also. So we will ask the students and we will give some research paper already published by the researchers. We will ask to read the paper and analyze the paper, and we will ask them to write the report. Okay, so these are all done in the case of research oriented learning. So, but in the case of research-based learning, we will ask the student to make observation and formulate the research question and invite the students to develop the hypothesis individually or in team and think of ways to test them. We will ask the students to perform the project individually or in teams also. And we make the student to publish a paper or produce the research result. So while we are comparing these two, the research-based learning is the best. That's why we are going to see how to implement research in UG curriculum with the help of research-based learning, right? So I hope the faculty members are following, right? Shall we go to the next slide? Yes. Right. What do you mean research-based learning? See, research-based learning means it is an integration of theoretical knowledge with the use of appropriate data collection and analysis procedure to examine, verify, or study a phenomenon. See, actually, in research-based learning, okay, so here this process involved both the theory as well as the practice. Both are theory and practice are interconnect with each other. So nowadays, if you see most of the deemed higher education institution, especially autonomous colleges as well as the deemed universities, in order to develop the research competency of our UG students, they are introducing research-based learning. See, in our institution also, from third semester onwards, we introduced the project-based learning. So for normally, if we go for the institution under Anna University, the final semester only students are asked to do the project. But in most of the deemed university and autonomous colleges, in the syllabus itself, from the third semester onwards, we are giving the projects. Okay, what is called project-based learning, right? So, finally, what is research-based learning or teaching? So it implies that the students carry out the research in their courses. This form of teaching and learning focus on the joint acquisition of new knowledge by faculty and students. So if we follow the research-based learning, here both our faculty member as well as the students involved in the research, right? So if we go to any institution nowadays, it is mandatory for all the faculty to publish 2 papers per semester in some institution per year, right? So we have teaching load sufficient and we have administration work also. At that time, how we will publish all these things, all the work, if we implement this research in the UG curriculum itself, along with the student, we, the faculty members, sit together and do the research. It is very easy to publish the paper in the science cited indexed journal, minimum scopus indexed journal. Next, what is the intention of research-based learning? Okay, the main intention is with the help of our academics, we have to provide a positive mood to the students that helps to build a strong intellectual and practical connection between the research frontiers and the student self learning. So this is the main intention of RBL. Yes, research based learning. Now, what is the framework we have to follow to implement the research based learning in our UG curriculum? See, normally in all the deemed university as well as the autonomous colleges, we are only framing the syllabus, right? So normally, while a faculty preparing the curriculum, we used to write what is the course objective, what is the course outcome, yes or no. We used to write no. In the same way, for every course, we have to write research outcome also. We normally write the course outcome, what we will write. So, for example, I'm from EC background. Okay. So, while I'm preparing the syllabus for DSP, digital signal processing, what I will write? Yes, my students are able to design a FIR filter, IIR filter, like we will write, right? So, this is the course outcome. See, along with that, what is the research outcome of the particular course or particular subject we have to write. Then we have to provide an extensive and judicious research process based method for teaching and learning. That's very important. And third one, see, this is the researchers involved mean the student should know how to use the tools required for research. Correct or not? So we have to arrange some training through workshop for the students. That also very, very important. Then we have to develop an inclusive research context. So this is the framework of RBL. Okay, so there are 6 strategies are incorporated in research-based learning into suppose if we link the research to the UG curriculum, we have to follow 6 strategies. Okay, that is draw on personal research in designing and teaching courses, involve students in departmental research projects, teach research methods, techniques, and skills explicitly within programs. And the fourth one is build small scale research activities into undergraduate assignments, encourage the students to feel the part of the research culture of the department, and the last one is infuse teaching with the value of researcher. We will see one by one. So the first one is draw on personal research in designing and teaching the courses. So what is the first one? According to the first step, we have to incorporate the current research directly into curriculum. Okay, as a focus of the entire course. For example, if we are going to prepare the syllabus for the subject advanced, since I am from EC background, I am using that subjects only. So advanced digital communication means what kind of research currently going on. It is regarding to that particular course, we should know. We should incorporate that current research directly into the curriculum. And second one, see, while we take the class, right? So we have to refer our own experience of tackling the real world problem. See, normally as a faculty, we will always involved with some research, right? We will involve with our research scholars research, PG students research, or I want to get the fund from the funding agency. For that, I will do some research always, right? So we have our PhD research, what we done in our PhD. So if that research is corresponding to the particular subject means what are all the problems we faced to tackle that real world problem with the help with the illustrative example, we have to explain the student to understand the concept as well as the theory. This is about the first strategy. I hope you are following. Now, the second one, involve students in departmental research project. See, definitely nowadays, at least the ongoing in all the departments, we have ongoing projects. At least one or two may be ongoing, right? In one department. So what we have to do, it is a big module, isn't it? The whole research is a big module. We divide it into so many small modules, and we can give one small module to a team of our UG students, and we will ask them to do the project. And sometimes the small module we can give to the PG student also. We can assign some UG student to act as a research assistant to our PG students. That also we can do. Okay. And also we have to organize some industrial visit to the research centers or industry to understand the concept and concept practically. That is the second strategy. Now, what's the third one? The third one is research methods, techniques, and skills explicitly within program. Okay, normally, if we see the subject research methodology, this subject is available. It is one of the subject for the PG students. Whether the UG students are studying this subject research methodologies, this UG. See here, I want to share my personal experience. See, I from 2007 onwards, okay, I convert all my UG student project work, convert into the journal paper. So the one thing before start our project, whether in the objective the novelty is there or not, I used to check. But till 2017, I struggled a lot because with our guidance, students are able to do their UG project, but they don't know how to convert into paper. So minimum 3 to 4 batches of UG and 1 or 2 students PG. Then we have our research scholars also. So it is very, very difficult within one semester to write 4 UG paper for journal and 1 paper for PG. It is very, very difficult. So why they are not at all able to know how to write the research papers also, because they are not at all study the research methodology that goes in their UG curriculum, right? So in most of the university, I hope in PG that subject is available. In most of the universities, in PG, in PhD, this subject is one of the coursework. It is even in my university also, research methodology is the mandatory paper for all the researcher, is one of the coursework. But what I'm insisting is, according to this strategy, we have to introduce this research methodology paper in the UG itself. Students should know what are the different kind of methodology. That's very, very important. Now, the fourth strategy, build small scale research activities into undergraduate assignment. What we have to do? See, we have to divide our student into too many small groups, okay, and then we will provide some, we will ask the students to do some research work. Then we ask our students to analyze the research data from existing real world projects. And we will provide the students with their research questions, okay, and we will ask them to download the journal papers, especially at least Scopus Index journal papers, and we will ask them to do the literature review, what kind of methodology they follow, and we will ask them to write a report about the different kind of methodology followed by the researcher. We will select some 5 papers and we will ask the team of students, okay, read the paper, understand the methodology and the concept, what they are used for their research, and we will ask them to write the report. That's the 4th one. Now, the 5th one, here, the 5th one is encourage our students to feel the part of the research culture of the department. See here, if we see that in most of the institution, in all the department, research is going in one track, okay, the academic is going to the another track. It is not good. The student, all our UG students should know what kind of ongoing projects are going. What are all the research facilities available in each department? Okay, that all students should know, so that we will inform our students about what about the research interest as well as the strength of the faculty. Normally, I also, while I was working as the head of the department of ECE, what I will do in the 6th semester end, okay, I will send a circular. See, these are our faculty members, these are all their research domain, who are all interested in this domain. Why? To allocate the supervisor of that project, the student team. Only in the 6th semester only I sent, but that is not at all correct. Once they enter to our department, we should introduce our faculty members' research interest as well as the strength to our UG students. Similarly, while we suppose I'm taking a subject VLSI, okay, because my background is VLSI and communication. So, who are all our friends involved in that particular area? Subject, so for example, I'm taking the subject VLSI design, introduction to VLSI design for UG student. I can invite my student who is working in the industry, and we will arrange some guest. We are now providing the guest lecture. Okay, so if we call, instead of calling the people from institution, if we call the people from the industry, then more practical exposure they have. So students are able to understand the concept easily. And always we have to encourage our students to attend all the research seminar. Okay, this is about the 5th strategy. Now, what is the 6th strategy? 6th one is here we have to encourage our student to understand the value of the researchers. That is very, very important. That is such as objectivity, respect for evidence, respect for others' views, tolerance of ambiguity by modeling the researcher values in the classroom interaction. Okay, so this is about the different kind of 6 strategy that incorporated RBL, that is research-based learning, into the curriculum. See, now I am going to give a practical example to you all. Okay, I am going to take one subject, how to implement research in that particular subject. With example I am going to give, then only it is very easy to understand how to implement research in a particular subject. For this example, actually I already told, no, during the corona period only I downloaded most of the things here. So this is one of the institute, technological de Monterrey from Mexico City. So I select one of the UG program called Computational System Engineering. The name of the subject is Analysis and Science of Big Data Volumes. Okay, suppose if I want to implement research in the particular course, Analysis and Science of Big Data Volumes, okay, what I have to do now? So you can take any subject. For example, I took this subject, that's all. So while one is very, very important, while you preparing the curriculum, okay, you have to write along with the course outcome, you have to write the research outcome. So research outcome means first you write the course objective, right? So while you write the course objective, you have to add some research objective also, and also the research outcomes. Now, this block diagram shows the implementation, how to implement research in UG curriculum. Right. So, in each semester, my dear faculty member, in each semester, we have some how many working day, how many hours? If it is theoretical oriented subject, 45 hours, then problem oriented 60. And so consider there are 60 hours are allotted for the particular subject, means you have to divide it into 3 parts. Okay, in the first part we have to teach, for example, in each course we have 5 modules, right? Or I can say 5 units. While you preparing, the first 3 modules or 3 units should be the basic one. The last 2 should be the advanced one, right? So first the whole semester period is divided into 3. For example, the first 20 hours we have to use only for teaching the basic 3 modules. For see here, normally for theory subject we used to allot only 1 faculty. For tutorial subject, minimum 2 faculty is required. For lab based subject means we need minimum 2 or 3 depending upon the strength, right? The same way here also we need more than 1 faculty is required, right? The first partial of the semester, we have to teach 3 modules. While we teach 3 modules, parallelly we have to start implement the research. So what is step number 1? Diagnosis of research competency. See here, we don't know the research competency of the students in our class. For example, in our class, there are 60 students are there, means the research competency level of the each student is different, right? So the step number 1 is we have to check the research caliber of the each student. How to check? For that, we have to conduct a small test. The question paper is a objective type model. See, we have to check the caliber of the students in research. What the questions are based on whether students know the information search strategy, tool management, database, reliable information sources, whether they know the research methodology, what about their oral and written communication skills, whether they have the ability to work together in a team. So to check all these things, we have to set a question like this. See here, so for the 6 criteria, I gave 6 questions. So one is through the work I have undertaken in my previous courses, I have developed excellent information search strategies. This is the first question. What is the answer for this question? Strongly agree, agree, neither agree nor disagree, then disagree, strong disagree. Similarly, the second question, I want to check whether my students are able to know how to use the tool. Then for that, the second question. Similarly, each question is corresponding to the each parameter. Okay. Then now we have to find what are all the answers given by the students. So based on the answer, okay, then we have to go to the next step. So diagnosis of research competency is over. Now based on the answer given by the students, as a faculty, we should arrange some workshop to improve their research caliber. So we have to arrange some workshop based on sources of information for research. In this title, we have to arrange some workshop or seminars. And the aspect of evaluating the website as a research resources. How to use the library, digital library and portal for research. the tools for the prevention of plagiarism, the style formats in differences, and bibliography. So in this area, based on the answer given by the students, okay, we have to conduct some workshop or seminar. That is our second. See, parallelly we are doing all these things. For example, as I already told that this is like a tutorial subject. Then we provide we will get a good number of hours per week. Okay, so parallelly while we teach the 3 hours, 3 modules, we have to do all these things. Then third one is monography. So the third step is once this workshop conduction everything is over. Okay, for example, I am teaching advanced digital communication. Okay, advanced digital communication. We have to select one research question based on the current trend of the research. For example, error correcting decoders for 5G communication. For example, so what are all the research done by the researchers in the area in the past 5 years? Okay, we will ask the students to collect the paper and ask them to prepare a monograph. Monograph means nothing but a report. Okay, so we have to divide the student into small teams and we have to provide a research question like this. Okay, then we will ask them to download the papers, especially minimum scopus index paper, right? Then we will ask them to read and analyze the results, methodology, everything. After that, they have to each group submit a monograph or a report about what is the background of the platform. What about the technical description in each of the paper? What is the application, trends, advantages, disadvantage, conclusion, references along with that? Suppose they selected some 5 papers in the sense, we will ask the students to prepare a comparative table. Okay, so in the table, what are all the platforms used by the researchers? A complete comparison table has to be prepared by the each student. Okay, not each student, each team. Sorry. Okay, that is the next step, monography. So now the first period is over. The first, already I told that the one semester is divided into 3 periods. In the first partial period, we have to complete 3 units and till the challenge, it will be over. Now the second phase start. Okay, so you give the challenge to the team. Okay, so now this is the phase for the completion of the next advanced modules. 2 advanced modules we have now, the last 2. So that we have to take the class now. Parallelly, okay, parallelly, we have to conduct some workshop. How to write what do you mean research project? Because without telling what is project, what are the different kinds of project, what are the different types of research, how to prepare the research paper, without teaching all these things, we are asking our UG students directly to do the project nowadays. Yes or no? That's why I'm telling that. So we have to teach the students, we have to conduct the workshop in the classroom itself. Okay, what is research project? What are the stages of research project? What are the types of research? How to prepare the research paper, right? These are the things we have to conduct a small workshop or seminar during the second phase. So our second phase now, one slide I missed. Okay, I will tell you. So now at the end of the first phase, I told that the student has to submit the monograph. I told no, which includes the comparison table. Now, how to evaluate? How to evaluate the report submitted by the each team? See, this is the rubrics used for evaluating the monograph. So what are the different category? First one is I'm providing 20 points for information search strategies, 15% for sources of information, and 15% about how they organize the report. And what about their written communication skill, 20%, and a comparison table, 30%. Okay, for example, the student team provide adequate information search strategy. Then we will give the rubric that is very good. The marks starts from 91 to 100. So the maximum is 9100 and the minimum is 70. So although the information strategies were carried out, but they were not adequate and were based on the inadequate database and unreliable research sources, means we have to give 70 mark. In the same way, we have to prepare rubrics for each category, okay, and we have to evaluate the monograph. Right, that is the end of the first phase. Then I informed about the second phase also. In second phase, I told that advanced modules has been taken by the faculty. Along with that, they have to conduct the workshop or seminar. What is research project? What are the stages of research process? What are the types of research? How to write the research article. So that is the end of the phase 2. Right, now we go to the final phase. Okay, so this final phase is the project phase. So we gave the research objective in phase 1. Okay, so they literally done their literature survey. That is nothing but the monograph. And in phase 2, we already give the sufficient input how to do the project. So with the help of this, and with the help of that knowledge and also the faculty, our guidance, they will finish up the project and they have to present their results, and also they have to prepare the final research paper for publication also. So this block diagram shows the complete implementation of how to link the research in each course. So this is called the implementation of research-based learning in a course. So I hope you understand. So for understanding purpose, I summarize once again. There are 3 phases. Okay. In the first phase, we have to cover 3 modules. Along that, we have to diagnose the caliber of our research competency of our students. Then after checking the competency, we have to conduct some workshop for knowing about the research methodology. Then we have to give some, we have to ask the students literature review, that is nothing but monography. Then we are providing the challenge also. In phase 2, actually, we will take the next 2 modules. We have to teach the next 2 modules. Then parallelly, we have to conduct workshop for understanding the research project, process, and paper, how to write a research paper. Then third phase is only for doing the project, paper presentation, and publication. So this is the complete methodology for implementing the research in your course. But my dear faculty member, you may ask, Madam, how to implement this project, this research-based learning for each course? It is not possible initially. So at least from 3rd semester onwards, we can choose this method for at least 1 subject, because for example, in each semester we have 6 subjects. Among that, 3 may be a core subject, 2 may be elective subject, right? So one of the subject we can use this at least. Okay, so for each semester, if we implement the research initially at least in a single course, then definitely it is possible to implement research in UG curriculum. Right. what are all the, I hope you understand the concept, how to implement the research in UG curriculum, I hope. What about the benefits of research-based learning? So as a faculty, these are all known thing we know. Yes, definitely it improve the transferable skill of the students. That is such as teamwork, time and resource management, and data handling. Similarly, they are developing the new necessary skills which is useful for success professional life as well as the personal life also. Once they follow this RBL, then it will promote the active learning also, right? So this is about the benefits. So these are all the benefits for the students. So their educational benefits is there, professional benefits, personal benefits. See, educational benefit in the sense they are learning about the issues, methods, and leaders in the students' chosen field. Professional benefits means they exploring and preparing for the future career. That also important. Personal benefits mean definitely it will strengthen the students' critical thinking, writing, as well as the speaking also. This, as I initially told, this RBL is not only used for the students but also some potential benefits for the faculty. See, now we have no time to involve in the research. So while the research is in the curriculum, definitely we will involve in the research, right? And also it builds a very strong student-teacher relationship. And normally for preparation of one class, we spend more time, okay? But if we teach practically like this, the preparation time for the theoretical concept will be less, and we will involve our contribution in the research process will be more. So these are all the benefits for the faculty if you use research-based learning. Right. So I already told how to implement research using how to implement research using RBL in the UG. Now, what is the necessity? What is the necessity to implement research? The first one, it provides the students with real world skills. That is, nowadays in the workforce and all, how to ask question and what questions to ask is very, very important, right? How to ask questions and what questions to ask. That also very, very important. So that will be provided by RBL. And second one, by RBL or through RBL, students learn how to interpret the answers and data that they collect. Okay. Then the third one, the ability to analyze and synthesize the information is a higher level cognitive skills that will serve students well in any role they take on following their. So after the PG, what they have to do, or that also it is much useful. The second one is definitely, see here in the last phase I told that they have to write the research paper and they have to report their research finding, right? This will improve the way students communicate. Okay. So actually, a built-in undergraduate research component is the another effective way to improve the way students share the information professionally. So once they follow RBL, students are able to improve the way how to share the information professionally. Very important. Similarly, when communicating the findings from their research study, students are challenged to determine how much information to share and which data is important to include. Okay, that is also very, very important, right? So how much information we have to share and which data is the most important to include while sharing. That is the second thing. Now, the third one, they learn how to engage in a professional environment. So while they are working research as a team, with their faculty members, they learn how to engage in a professional environment. Then the fourth one is students learn and develop resilience. It's very, very important. See, nowadays we are getting the news. See here, if the mark is less in 10th, then what students are doing, we know. Suppose if the expected mark they didn't get, a need result is not good, what they are doing? So, to avoid all these things, see here, if we follow this RBL, students realize that failure is also the part of the learning process. Because while they are doing their research, they may expect some result. But all the time, we can't get the expected result, right? We know. So when the students are involved in the research in the UG program itself, they are realized that failure is the part of the learning process, and it is only a minor setback. That's all. They learn to see the obstacles in their education and work as opportunities to be creative. And if they are having any problem, they learn the approach these obstacles from the different angle. Okay, how to tackle that obstacle in different angle, they will think, right? So this is also the important advantage of implementation of research in UG. And the fifth one is research at the undergraduate level offer more freedom. Yes. See here, nowadays, most of the autonomous institution and deemed university, the electronics and communication with the AI and DL. Okay, we are giving like this, different verticals we are giving. So that verticals we will teach from third semester to eighth semester. So while we are RBL, they have more freedom to select their subject also. And finally, the students who engage in undergraduate research, they will continue their educational pursuits. So this is the important reasons why the research has to be implemented in UG curriculum. So my dear faculty members, I hope you understand the concept and how to implement and what are all the advantage. So if we implement research in UG curriculum with the help of research-based learning, the students are able to get their behavioral skills, academic excellence, career competence, and technical expertise so that our students flying like a colorful butterfly in their life, they are able to face any challenges and enjoy their life without any limits. So that's all about my presentation. Okay, thank you. Thank you for giving the opportunity. My special thank goes to Ms. Kalai Selvi, the head of the Department of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science of Easwari Engineering, SRM Easwari Engineering College, and also the participants also to listen my lecture patiently. Thank you for giving the opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am. I request all the participants to switch on your video for a photo session. Request all the participants to switch on your video for a photo session.
Akash. Okay. If you have any question, you can ask.
Participants, if you have any queries, you can just ask ma'am related to this.
Madam,
This
good
will
morning,
be the
madam.
query session. If you have any
Good morning,
questions
madam.
related, you can just ask.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Madam, this is Dr. Bharani Dharan. Very
Yes.
wonderful session. How the students can learn the research in the UG level. that the career will be very bright and they can involve the future research studies to bring the valid things to the society, to help the society better. And this is the need of the hour today. Yesterday, the government UGC has informed that PhD is optional. So what's your opinion, madam? Then how the research will get good growth at the UG level? What's your opinion, madam, regarding this?
Actually, PhD is the must we know. We all know that. As a Dean Research, I will tell like that only. But anyway, doing the PhD was only not a research, right? We will continue the research in a lifelong learning. We will do the research thing by studying or pursuing the PhD alone, not a research, in my point of view. Right, sir?
Yeah, understood, madam. Understood, madam. Thank you, madam. Thanks a lot. Nice session. We have enjoyed. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good morning, Madana ma'am. This is Nirmala from R&D Engineering College, ma'am.
Oh, good morning, madam.
Ma'am, very nice session, madam. I had this is very new point that you have conveyed. We have to write the research outcome for the subject. We in our autonomous institution, we are writing about course outcome when we are in the board of studies. We are writing, but this is a new point you have conveyed. It is very much useful and really we will implement, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. After seeing a long years, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Any more queries or questions that to be asked, ma'am?
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, sir.
Ma'am, my name is Jihad Abubakar. I'm a research scholar in computer science. Actually, my question is related to patent. I mean, after research patent, so I think it is very difficult to get patent rights, etc. In research after research. So I just want to know more about it.
No, sir, it is not difficult. We have to try in a proper way. Kindly get my number from the organizer. After that, you call me, I will get you.
And your class is very helpful, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Any other questions? Okay, I'll move with the vote of thanks. On behalf of the Artificial Intelligence and Data Science Department, I would like to extend a warm and heartfelt vote of thanks for the third day of our FDP program. It has been an inspiring and enriching day filled with invaluable insights and discussions. Firstly, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to our esteemed speaker and resource person, Dr. J.M. Matna, who graced us with a profound knowledge and expertise. Your captivating session have left an indelible mark on all of us, ma'am, igniting our passion for continuous learning and growth. Your dedication and commitment to sharing your wisdom have truly made this FDP a remarkable experience. Next, I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to our esteemed HOD, Mrs. T. Kalaiselvi, ma'am, and the dedicated department staffs for their invaluable contribution and unwavering support and commitment towards the program. I would also like to extend a special thank you to all the participants out there actively engaged in the interactive sessions and bringing forth their diverse perspectives and contributing to the vibrant exchange of ideas. Your enthusiasm and active participation have created an energizing atmosphere throughout the day. Furthermore, I would like to express my gratitude to the management of Easwari Engineering College for the unwavering support and organizing in the FDP. As we conclude the third day of this FDP program, let us carry forward the knowledge and insights gained and continue to inspire and empower ourselves and others around us. Together, we can create a positive impact on our academic community and beyond. Thank you all once again who has contributed to the success of today's FDP program. We look forward to an equally engaging and enlightening day tomorrow. Thank you all and have a great day. And participants, make sure you fill the feedback form that has been posted in the chat box. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you for giving the opportunity. Thanks to department and the management of SRM Easwari Engineering College. Thank you.